Welcome, children. Today we will see that is a different topic. That is how the environmental balance maintained. This is the last topic. In previous videos, we have seen that is how the environment is balanced, or what is the food chain, what is the food web. That things we seen that, and what is meant by environment. That everything we have seen that. Now today we will see that how the environmental balance that is maintained. Now these are the topics are there. First, for what purpose environment balance, and naturally how the environment balance. That things we should know that for the existence of the living things, it is important that environment balance should be maintained. What? For the existence of the living things. Means in the environment, the living things are there, that should be maintained, that their life, their stability, it should be maintained, their existence should be maintained, and how that stability is maintained and naturally, that we are going to see that. First we see that is the role of the food chain and the food web. After that we will see the plants. After that microorganisms. There are the various types of microorganisms, but here I will discuss about the two microorganisms are there. What is the water cycle and what is the O2 and CO2 cycle, and interactions between the living and non-living things. That we will see that one by one. Now we see that exact what the lesson is there, that we will see that. Now see that, children, this is the environmental balance. There are the many food chains in our environment. Because of these food chains, every living thing gets the food. It needs the therefore the continuous life. Now see that yesterday we discussed that yesterday's video, that is what is the food chain and what is the food web there. Because the food chain, it means what there, that is the one cycle is there, one path is there, some organisms, some living things are connected each other for the food there. But in the food web, what happens in the food web, that is a many, that is the food chains are combined together, they are connected, and that is called as the food web there. Food chain and food web, this is very important, these roles, because due to these roles, every organisms, every living thing, they get the food there. If in the food chain and in the food web, any organisms or any living things is missed, disconnected, definitely it will be affect on the other organisms. And that's why the important role is the food chain and food web is very important there. And that we have to see that. And after that we'll see the plants is very important. If the plant it will not be there, then definitely all the food chain it will be collapsed there. No one will survive there. Means the overall the existence of the living things it will be that is damaged or it will be collapsed there. Now you see that here the animal it is the food, that is the plant. Plant is the basic things. Every food chain starts from the plant and ends with the that carnivorous or the microorganisms, we can say that. Then I will explain that. Now you see that microorganisms living in the soil help the process of the decomposition. Make the underlying decomposition is very important there. And plant residue, dead animals, etc. as a result of substances that help the growth of the plants and form that get added to the soil. Plants use their growth there. Now microorganisms are very important there. What happens? Why the microorganisms are very important? Now see that in the soil microorganisms are there. In the water also microorganisms are there. In the air also microorganisms are there. Microorganisms, that how that plants are important, how the animals are important, how the human beings are important, like that microorganism is also very important. Actually what happens, if any living things, when died, his dead body it falls in the soil, who will decompose it then? Who will break down his dead body? Microorganisms. And due to the microorganisms, that plants residues, that dead animals, so many other waste, that how it will be decomposed? That it will be decomposed by the microorganisms. That that waste is broken down, or that is a breakdown, or it is decomposed by the microorganisms. It means that whatever the nutrient is there, whatever the nutrient cycle it is there, energy flow is maintained by the microorganisms. Microorganisms is also called as the nature cleaner there. They are cleaning the nature. If the microorganism it will not be there in the nature, definitely nature it will not be that. Healthy nature you will not see that. You can't get the healthy nature. Due to the microorganism, we are getting the healthy nature, and that's why one thing that microorganism role you have to keep in mind that. Now in the microorganism again the different microorganisms are there in the soils. Azotobacter is one of the important microorganisms there. After that there is rhizobium, it is one of the important microorganisms there. And these two microorganisms, what they do there? They live in the place. Azotobacter, they live in the soil, and rhizobium, this bacteria, it lives in the root nodules of the plant. That is symbiotic rhizome, that is a symbiotic microorganism is there. Actually what? These microorganisms, they catch the air nitrogen. Do you know? Nitrogen, it is the major gas. How much percentage in the last lesson we seen that is a 78% nitrogen in the air. In the air nitrogen, how much percentage it is there? 78. And this much major gas, then who use that? The plants they use. For the what purpose? That is the preparation of the protein. How the plants they receive the nitrogen from the air. Plants they don't take direct nitrogen from the air. Due to the means they helping, that is this bacteria helps to catch the air nitrogen and convert into the nitrate forms. And nitrate forms nitrogen. Nitrate forms nitrogen is soluble in the water. And that nitrogen soluble in the water, and million tons of the nitrogen is deposited in the soil and in the mix in the soil, and after that plants they take that nitrogen through the roots and they use to build up the protein. In this way, the that nature is maintained naturally. Environmental balance is maintained naturally. After that, if you see that the plants are very important, because plants prepare the food. While the plants prepare the food, that time if you know the photosynthesis process. What happens in the photosynthesis process? Plants they get the oxygen, that is the carbon dioxide from the air. They take the water through the roots, and water and carbon dioxide is mixed in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Sunlight already it is a naturally, and the chlorophyll it means what? The green substance which is present in the leaf. All the leaf you see that, all the leaves you see that, they are green in color. That green substance it is called as the chlorophyll. And with the help of the chlorophyll and sunlight, plants prepare the food, carbohydrate and water, and give the oxygen. They release the oxygen. And oxygen we are getting that from the plant, that is a photosynthesis process. Plants actually they are taking the carbon dioxide and giving the oxygen. And animals they take the oxygen and give the carbon dioxide. In this way, plants and animals they are interdependent on each other. In this way, naturally, you know that O2 and CO2 gas is balanced in the nature. Then important that one thing is that naturally in the nature everything it should be in the equilibrium there. Equilibrium it means that maintain, that is everything it should be in balance there. Oxygen and carbon dioxide it is balanced in the air. From a childhood, that is I am studying that carbon dioxide percentage is that much only 0.35. Oxygen percentage is 21. that oxygen, carbon dioxide, it will not be that is a less or more. If it will be less and more, definitely it will be affect all every that is a components of the nature there, factors of the nature there, and that's why O2 and CO2 it is balanced in the nature due to the plants and animals there, and that's why we should not cut the trees there. If you are doing the deforestation, what would happen there? Obviously that if you do the deforestation, if you are cutting the plants, definitely we will not get the oxygen. And we will not get the oxygen, and in the nature, in the environment, carbon dioxide percentage it will be increased. And again that global warming, like that we are facing the problem. And that's why here we should not interfere in any that in the nature there. Next point. Next point we see that does the plant use the substance for their growth and plants animal and decomposition. Okay, I explained that important cycle is environment. Also living things are continuous water because of the water cycle. Now important one cycle is there, water cycle. Now you are seeing this diagram of the water cycle. Now what happens? Water cycle is a very natural phenomenon. It's beautiful, that is a process. Naturally it occurs in the nature there. Due to the water cycle we are getting the water there. And entire the environment it is maintained by the water cycle there. What happens in the water cycle? In the water cycle yesterday topic that is in the last topic that is I had explained that in the water cycle some process are there. Evaporation process is there, transpiration process is there, you know that condensation process is there, cloud formation is there, precipitation is there. Evaporation it means wherever the water sources are there and the water is evaporated. Now you are seeing the water is evaporated. And transpiration process is occurs there. Transpiration is also very important. These are the plants are there. Plants also release the excess water from their body there, and that is called as the transpiration process. Due to the transpiration process is also, you know, the trees they release the water in the form of water vapor, and that is they mix in the air, and after that this water vapor it goes upside and it forms that is a condense. And condensation, after the condensation and evaporation, these two processes are the exact opposite process. What is the evaporation? Water changes into water vapor. And what is the condensation? Water vapor to water. It means exact opposite process. And after the condensation, the tiny drops, that is the water drop it forms, and the water cycle it forms them. And means that is the clouds are formed. And when the clouds, many water drops that is comes together, it forms a bigger drop, and after that it will go that is it splits it that, and after that rainfall is there, and that is called as the precipitation. And in this way, the constant circulation of the water from earth to that atmosphere to earth, and this is called as the water cycle. And due to the water cycle, the entire environment balance is maintained naturally there. Oxygen from the air, breathing that oxygen that I explained that, given out this process, it gets called as the air. Now see that living things in the nature. Now again you see that in the nature there is the relation in between living interaction and living and non-living interaction is there. Already I explained that in the nature two things are very important, living things and non-living things, and both they are interdependent on each other. Now you see that supposed to be living things are the fishes are there, non-living is the water is there. Supposed to be fish live in the water, that is aquatic animal. If the water it will not be safe, if water it will be not pure, if the water is contaminated, what would happen then? That fishes it will not be survive. Now in the last week one news came in Nanded is also in Godavari river that you know that thousands of the fishes they died. In the paper also that news came. Why that? You know that someone is interfering, we are disturbing the nature, ecosystems. The rivers are polluted, and that's why we should not interfere the natural ecosystems. And if you interfere, if you are doing something wrong against the nature, and definitely it will be affect on the living things. And that's why living and non-living, it is very important that they have the relation. You will say that air is a non-living thing, but it is very important for us. Every moment, every time every second we need the air there, and without air we cannot survive there. And you know that water is the life. Without water we cannot survive, but the water it should be pure there, not contaminated there. And that's why soil is there. Soil is also very important there. And without soil, we cannot, grow the crops there. Suppose to be if you have to field that, and if you are spraying that is a pesticide, insecticide on the crops. While you spray the pesticide, that pesticide it falls on the ground also, in the soil, and in the soil microorganisms are there, and the microorganisms may die. It means that naturally whatever the ecosystem it is there, it will be imbalanced. Soil it has an ecosystem. Millions types of the microorganisms are present in the soil. While you put the fertilizer, while we put the fertilizer for growing the crops, and suddenly the rainfall is there, and while the rainfall it is there, through the rainwater, whatever the fertilizer you have put in the soil, that all the chemicals it run away through the water and reach to the, that is a pond, lake, river, and then it will be affected to the river and pond. In this way, somewhere we are disturbing the nature, interfering the nature, but naturally how the environment balance, that you have to do that. And second thing, really if you want to protect the biodiversity, protect the nature, something you have to do that. You follow that is a government's legislation, that is some rules are there, we have to follow it there. You preserve the nature, you form the seed banks also very important, because the different plants are there. You know that the medicinal plants also are there. We have to be maintain that, we have to be grow that. And third thing, that is that reduce the environment, that is climate change. We have to be reduce that. We will not do any that is wrong against the nature. And after that, in this way we have to see everything. Now here I will stop here. Then again if you go through this lesson, and definitely this is the last topic. Tomorrow maybe that I will show you the teachings. Let's see there some points. Now here I will stop here. Have a great day.